We'll look at some of the Java interview questions. So first question is, let's say you have got this array, then how you can copy the elements from this array into another array. So for that you can use this method which is on this arrays class, arrays.copy of the name of the array and then two. So basically what's gonna happen is that this will return new array and it will copy two elements from this array A. So that new array will have these elements 22 and 34. So that's how you can copy one array into another. Let's say you have an array and you want to fill the values in it. You can use this syntax arrays.fill A0. That means this array has five elements, but all those five elements will be filled with zeros, whatever you send in the second argument. So that's how you can use this fill method. The next is how you can reverse this array. So for that, what you can do is you can convert that array into list using this syntax arrays dot as list and then name of the that array variable, and you have to pass it to this constructor new array list, and you need to make sure that this particular array has got this integer class instead of int, because list work with only the objects and not the primitive types. So this thing is gonna give me the array list instance, and that array list will have these elements. And then once it is in the list, you can just use list.reversed method. That's it, and then that array will be reversed. So as actually the list will be reversed, and then you can print that, or you can again convert back into the array. You can also use the stream syntax to convert that particular list into the array, or give the stats, like if you want to get the max, mean, sum of the elements in that array, you can use the syntax list.stream. This particular thing creates the stream, and then you have to call this collect method, and here collectors dot summarizing int, and this is the predicate or the function you have to pass here. So when we say summarizing int, what it is gonna is that it is gonna take all these integers values and then do some stats on that. For example, it is gonna calculate min, max, all those things, basically the statistics. The next question that you might be asked is, let's say you have a string, then how do you find the frequency of each word? For example, here you can see sagar is twice, so in the output it should be sagar and number 2. So how many times that string is occurring? This should be 1 because this is appearing just once, so on and so forth. So for this, what you can do is that once you have a string, you can split it by the space. It is gonna give you the array. Then again convert that array into the array list like this. This is the syntax to convert the array into the list. Then once the array list is ready, you can use this stream API. Stream.collect collectors.grouping by. So here grouping by method is being used. What it does is that first parameter is basically by what you want to group. So we want to group it by the each word in that particular list. That's why we have used this syntax. So group by the word and then count the occurrences using this syntax collectors.counting. So it is gonna give us each word and how many times it has occurred in that particular string. So this is with the arrays of integers and then string. Now let us look at some complex types. So we have this, let's say, array list object, and then in that array list we are storing these employee objects. Okay, empty list.add, So employee list will have the list of employees. Now, what you want to do is that you want to show in every city how many employees are there. So for that, what you can do is that you can create a stream of that list using the syntax employee list dot stream. Once the stream is created, call this collect method, and then you can group by the city. Okay, so this grouping by is actually works like SQL grouping. In SQL also we use group by, right? So basically what it is going to do is that it is going to group those records or the list items by this city name. Okay, here you can give any other column or the property of that object. So here you want to group by city, that's why I have used this dot city. And then we want to count the records, right? So that will give me how many people or employees are in that city. So that way you can solve this problem. Next is how to convert the list into the map. Okay, so for that, again you have to get a list, get a stream, then call this collect method, and then collectors.toMap. So toMap method can be used to convert the list into the map. Now map has key and value, right? So here you have to pass three parameters. First is you have to give the key. Okay, so here we are using the ID of the employee as the key. Then the value is employee object, and finally if the key already exists, then what you want to do. So here I am saying that just use the existing key. Okay, ignore the second duplicate key if it exists. So that way we can convert the list into the map easily, pretty easily. Then let us look at palindrome, how to check if the string is a palindrome or the integer is a palindrome or not. So here we have used this integer, and this is a palindrome because 1 to 1 is same as 1 to 1. So if we look at this particular integer from forward direction or the backward direction, it is still showing it as 1 to 1. So basically, if you want to check if it is a palindrome, what you have to do is that you have to convert it to the string using the syntax. Once it is in a string, you can split it by this double quote. So basically, when we say split it by these double quotes, it is gonna split this string 1 to 1 into individual characters. So basically, that will be the array, and in that array there will be these characters 1, 2, and 1. And then we are converting that array into the array list. Once it is an array list, you can use like reverse that array list using this dot reversed method. So this method exists on the array list, and then we can use this equals method. So we will check the reverse list if it is equal to the original list, and if it is, that means it is a palindrome. That's it. Thank you.